While Chinese alternatives and Amazon's choice products might have an appealing price, there are some tech purchases that you should never cheap out on, either because you'll just be buying the same thing more often if you do, or because the so-called budget offering will cause you so much headache that you'll just wished you spent more to get a better item in the first place. So today, in no particular order, let's go over what are, in my opinion, the top 5 tech purchases that you should never skimp out on. First and foremost on the list is batteries. Whether you're replacing the battery in your car, buying rechargeable AA's, or getting a second battery for your camera, you will probably notice that prices vary wildly. Cheaper options will almost always last for a shorter amount of time and won't survive as many recharge cycles as the higher-end name brand options. As a rule of thumb, the best option is usually to try and get a replacement or additional battery straight from the company who manufactured the device, or a well-known third-party battery supplier. While I can't recommend a battery brand for every single type of rechargeable battery ever made, I will say that if you're looking to switch to rechargeable AA's or AAA's, Panasonic's Eneloop lineup is the gold standard. I'm not sponsored, I just really like these. There are several examples of these Eneloop batteries that have held up for well over 1,000 recharge cycles over the course of 10 years, and I personally use them in everything I own. Going hand in hand with batteries is number 2 on the list, chargers and power supplies. Whether it's a charger for your phone or a power supply for your old laptop, there are many first-party options that will probably be 2 to 3 times as expensive as the no-name Chinese models you'll find on eBay. But the cheaper options can be in some cases downright dangerous. I've heard countless stories of people buying a USB wall charger at the Dollar Tree only to have them literally fry their device within a week into using it in some cases. And the same thing goes for PC power supplies. Cheaper units often won't be able to supply the efficient, reliable amperage that more expensive models can, even if the wattage is the same. Thirdly on the list is your computer. I cannot tell you how many people I have met who went out and bought the cheapest computer that they could possibly find, only to discover it was a terrible piece of garbage and unreliable. And then they just assume that's how all computers are, no matter the price. So they always buy the cheapest thing again the next time, which reinforces in their mind that all computers are terrible. My rule of thumb when buying a brand new PC is that if you're spending under $500, you're probably not going to be getting a very good experience in at least a few different areas of the device. Now, what specific area won't perform well varies from model to model, but when you're buying something under $500, it may, for instance, still be using a spinning mechanical hard drive rather than an SSD. It might have a screen below 1080p. And while the processor might seem plenty fast enough on the showroom floor, once you install antivirus and all your programs and add a year of Windows rot, it probably won't be doing so well anymore. I understand some people can't spend more than $500 on a computer, and if that's you, then I would personally suggest buying something used. If you don't know enough about computers to select something used and you just need something for web browsing and email, I would recommend buying the newest MacBook or iMac you can afford. Simple as that. Thirdly on my list is cables. No matter the cable, whether it's a lightning cable for an iPhone or a Thunderbolt cable for your laptop, if the cable that came with your device dies or you just need a second one, buy a decent replacement and avoid gas station cables at all costs. The difference in price is usually honestly only a couple of dollars, and you'll be getting a product that'll last you for, in some cases, years and years to come, versus something that might only survive a few months. And last, but definitely not least, is record players. Please stop buying Crosley Cruisers. Cheaper record players are made en masse from companies who often don't have a clue what they're doing. Cheap, briefcase-style records especially often have a poorly balanced tone arm that puts way too much force on the record as it plays it. This will wear out the teeny tiny little grooves in your records very quickly. Basically, it will slowly destroy every record you own every time you play it. While they might be affordable and they may look nice, they're honestly a bad idea all around. If you're shopping on a budget, be on the lookout for a second-hand, older model. Oftentimes nice old turntables like my Philips 777 Direct Control turn up on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for, in some cases, well under 50 bucks. And that about wraps up this list. Are there any tech purchases that you refuse to cheap out on? I'd love to hear about them down in the comments section below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit like, get subscribed, and ring the bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.